Y'all had better wake up. You're losing your rights, y'all. You're losing your rights. You think it's just me, but soon it's gonna be your children. And then maybe one day you'll say, damn, I should have stood up with that man, because now they got my child. I want to talk to you a little bit about my experiences here in Valdosta, Lowndes County, and in the state of Georgia. If they did this to me, and they did, they also can do this to you, your mother, your father, your sister, your brother, your grandmother, your great-grandmother, and coming generations. Unless somebody is willing to stand up for what is right. Now look, they criticize the Honorable Kendrick Johnson and Jacqueline for simply asking a question. Why could we not view the remains of our son? Why and who removed his organs and they can't be accounted for? Where is our child's clothes that we purchased for them? How could it be that information...
Hey sir, can I stop you for a second?
Just a minute. Now,
okay, how long are you going to take? Because I can't be here all day.
Now, right now, I'm fit. Here's the Lowndes County Sheriff Department, the very people I'm talking about.
No, I'm Valdosta Police Department.
The Valdosta Police Department.
Okay, I just need you for 30 seconds.
And what I want to do, I'm going to turn off the video because I want to listen to them. Now, yes sir, what do you want?
Okay, I just want, we got a call about you out in traffic, and we didn't see you in traffic, but we just came here to ask if you were stepping out. And if you were, we're not saying you were, but if you were, please stay on the sidewalk. We're just getting calls about it. So we're coming out here just to make sure you are okay and everything's okay, all right? Is that good?
That's perfect. Will you please tell Chief Childress that I appreciate him responding to the citizens of this community?
Yes, sir.
I think that's the best thing that can be done. I think that's what needs to be done. I wish somebody would respond to me being under a 2-year, 5-month criminal trespass and banned from Lowndes County High School without violating any law. And if that had not happened to me, I would not be standing here on public property, not in the street. And I want you to know, and I want the person that called me, that they gave you their name, tell them that they are a liar and the truth is not in them. For I am an upright, retired military veteran that served my country. Officer King.
And Newton. Yes, sir.
And be sure to pass this on to Chief Childress and tell him I appreciate him doing what we are paying them to do.
Feel free to do your thing. Just please try to watch traffic and all that stuff, okay?
I've been doing this since '75. Okay. Take care of yourself. Come on, my beautiful brother. Shake my hand. I ain't got nothing wrong. Y'all good people. And we got a lot of people that... Look, this is what it's on. Y'all can go ahead and thank you very much. Appreciate you, man. I want you all to say something. Look, let me say this to you all. You know, this is what happened. You know, everybody got something to say about people when they try to do what is right. I have not violated any law. Yet somebody gonna say I'm out of here in traffic. Isn't that something? Liars. They apparently are of their father, the devil. The wicked one. But all I want to say to you is that I love them. I know why they're doing what they're doing. And sooner or later, you're going to see it clearer than what you've ever seen it. Because I made sure that I understood what Deputy Thomas said to me. He said to me, if I go as far as about 50 feet and make a turn into those, I would be arrested. And that's why I'm out here on public property. This is a public sidewalk. This is the sidewalk. That's where I am. But because of these patriots here in Valdosta and the righteous people, they are going to say to me or to the city police that I'm in the street. Now look, do I look that silly? If I have gone all this time by being under a criminal trespass, and I never got violent. I have never even just outrightly called Eric Holder when I say that. I never call Governor, I say that. I never call Attorney General, I never call that. And there are people who often honk at me because they know what I'm doing. But I'm not going away. And so you come on and do what you gotta do because my children and grandchildren is gonna take it up. although no law enforcement office care enough about my rights or your rights to say, look, not even the newspaper. Don't you think the newspaper should be concerned about this for the simple fact that they supposed to be concerned about reporting the news? And when I went to them, do you know that Kay Harris of the Valdosta Daily Times was not even interested in this story? I went to Channel 6, I went to Channel 10, I went to Channel 27, I went to all those stations. And do you not know that they wouldn't even say boo? Y'all better wake up. Today is the black man, but sooner or later, it's gonna be about every man in the land. Today is April 28th, 2019. This is in Valdosta and Lowndes County, Georgia, County School Board of Education building. It has been 5 years and 11 months that wicked people, very, very wicked and evil people who do not respect the letter of the law. I, George Boston Rhines, was placed under an illegal, bogus, unjustified, unwritten criminal trespass for not violating any law. This is, once again, Lowndes County School Board of Education land that I was banned from after the death of Kendrick Johnson. And I want you to know that this will not go away. I have presented words from the former sheriff, Sheriff Prine, current school superintendent Wes Taylor, this all-white male school board of education, and they refuse to respond to this bogus, ugly, disgraceful, satanic criminal trespass that they refuse to remove me from. And they know they violated my rights. Now, today, April the 28th, why would I still be on the case and have informed my children and grandchildren that even if I'm dead and gone, I still want them to let the world know how wicked and racist Valdosta and Lowndes County government agencies are. They flat outright ignore you, refuse to take action to correct their wrong. This includes our elected officials in city, county, and state government. And so, as I said before, I'm here to refresh your memory, because in the month of May, I will revisit this location in a way that I have never explained it before. You all have a right to know the truth. Why? Because you send your children to Moody Air Force Base to serve this nation. And your children could be stopped. Your children that you send to Valdosta and Lowndes County to Valdosta State University. You send your children here to Valdosta and Lowndes County, Georgia Military College. You send your children here to Wiregrass Technical College. You send your children here during the summer to recreation facility known as Wild Adventures Theme Park. You send your children here to visit Francis Lake Resort down in Lake Park. You send your children here to attend the school systems, high schools, and they can be stopped by a member of law enforcement and placed under a criminal trespass when they violated no law, and you prove that to these wicked people, and they will not remove you from this bogus criminal trespass.
Nah, that ain't, that's the whole thing. Yep, that's Lowndes County, showing up good. Nah, that ain't, that's the whole thing. Yep, that's Lowndes County, showing up good. Nah, that ain't, that's the whole thing. Yep, that's Lowndes County, showing up good.
Greetings. Today is another day as I see here on the streets of Valdosta. We know that there's a graduation today at Lowndes County High School. As you can see, the Kendrick Johnson's family are standing once again demanding justice and full disclosure of all the records that are held, that are available at this stage of the investigation of the death of their son. This will be an interesting day, I will assure you. Join me as I keep you informed, live while on the streets here in Valdosta, Georgia. Once again, I just noticed there's a strange thing happening here. People are going into Lowndes County High School for the graduation, and as I look at the cars, I have just noticed that more white people are giving thumbs up than black people. It is as if though they are afraid to just give support. I'm sure they probably support it, but it's amazing to me. I don't know if you all noticed it, but I just noticed that. And I find that to be very strange. And I just want to pass that on to you because once again, you have a right to know. And I have just been informed by the sheriff deputy that is behind me to my right. And I was informed that our trespass warrant has been issued against me here in Valdosta and Lowndes County, Georgia, not to enter any area of Lowndes County High School property. This came as a complete shock to me, based upon what I've just been told by this deputy, that I could have been arrested at any time. I was out there on property a few days ago, putting up a podium, walking on the property, not knowing that a warrant had been issued or banning me from Lowndes County High School here in the state of Georgia and in the United States of America. I have never violated any law here in Valdosta and Lowndes County that is recorded in record that I am aware of. And so I called the Justice League, Bobby Worthy, to inform him of what has happened. This is a continuous practice. This is about the fourth time that I've had problem with law enforcement. The Lowndes County Sheriff's Department under Sheriff Prine. We must make documentation that I, George Foster Rhymes, have violated no law in Lowndes County. Yet I have been issued a warrant not to go on Lowndes County tax-paying property, wherein there was a public meeting this morning. I was told that there was a Board of Education meeting on this area, the old field house, in the old field house. So I believe there's a great possibility that my constitutional rights have been denied. Once again, this is George Foster Rhymes. Just been informed by John H. Robinson that the Lowndes County School Board Superintendent had just called him from his meeting with the superintendent this morning. And the Honorable Lowndes County Superintendent of Schools said to him that he did not issue any criminal trespass warrant against George Boston Rhymes. And that the superintendent suggested that Mr. Robinson go to the Sheriff's Department and find out who issued such an order to ban me from the Lowndes County school grounds. Moreover, Mr. Robinson asked for an appointment with Mr. West Taylor. And I think they got one set up for some time in the future. But I want the entire world to know that according to what Mr. Robertson said about Mr. West Taylor, he used the term that there's something in place. Dig it now, something in place for Brother Rhymes, for George Boston Rhymes. He said he didn't issue no restrictions on me, but yet I have it on tape. You have seen it. Bobby Worthy of the Justice League are aware of it. Witnesses that was protesting in front of Lowndes County High School witnessed a deputy sheriff ordering me to turn my vehicle around because there was a criminal trespass order to order me from the property. Moreover, this deputy, beyond question, was not acting of himself, but he was acting on behalf of someone in great authority than him. And when he got word over the radio, I recorded it, and I have it for you. Today is September the 22nd, 2015. The video that you're about to see is one that I recorded a few minutes ago in front of the Lowndes County High School. The same school that I've been banned from for 2 years and 5 months. And as you will see, the local Valdosta Police Department came and said they had received a call that I was in the street blocking traffic. You're gonna see that on this video. I want y'all to know something here in Valdosta and in the state of Georgia. There's something seriously wrong here, y'all. And it's all following the death of Kendrick Johnson. And I want you to know that since I've been under this criminal trespass, Michael Moore of the Justice Department has never contacted me to interview me. Why? Members of the Lowndes County Sheriff Department placed me under a criminal trespass in the state of Georgia without justification or notification, and nobody will remove me in writing when I violated no law as a United States retired military veteran, business owner, former president of the Valdosta Lowndes County branch of the NAACP. This is what's going on here. So I respect Kendrick Johnson and Jacqueline for doing what they are doing. They are seeking justice. Too many black folk in the years gone by, they just sat back and did and said nothing. Now, enjoy the video and you'll see where members of law enforcement again came while I was recording. So the sheriff department banned me from any public, high school, graduation, educational board meetings. I can't even go out there to pick up a dead bird that I see fall out the sky. And I violated no law. They have nothing on me. They didn't have the decency. The Lowndes County Sheriff Department, the state of Georgia and the federal government in the United States of America didn't have the decency to give me something in writing to say we ban you. And after 2 years and 5 months, it is as if though America don't even operate under any laws along the lines of the old Judaism religion. The law, they seem to not respect. We're going to talk about the Dred Scott decision in this video. Get ready, get ready, get ready. This is the Ghetto Free Press. And this is the Valdosta Police Department with Chief Childress. And I must say that those police officers was in rare form. And they was very respectful, except for the fact that they interrupted me while I was recording. Do I not have a right to record without being interrupted by law enforcement when I violate no law? Once again, this is not a reflection on Chief Childress. I have no problem with him. Only problem I have is when our rights are denied and the Valdosta Daily Times or the Department of Justice will not even stand up for citizenship rights. Y'all had better wake up. You're losing your rights, y'all. You're losing your rights. You think it's just me, but soon it's going to be your children. And then maybe one day you'll say, damn, I should have stood up with that man, because now they got my child. I want to talk to you a little bit about my experiences here in Valdosta, Lowndes County, and in the state of Georgia. If they did this to me, and they did, they also can do this to you, your mother, your father, your sister, your brother, your grandmother, your great-grandmother, and coming generations. Unless somebody is willing to stand up for what is right. Now look, they criticize the Honorable Kendrick Johnson and Jacqueline for simply asking a question. Why could we not view the remains of our son? Why and who removed his organs and they can't be accounted for? Where is our child's clothes that we purchased for them? How could it be that information...
Hey, sir, can I stop you for a second?
Just a minute. Now,
okay, how long are you going to take? Because I can't be here all day.
Right now, I'm fit. Here's the Lowndes County Sheriff Department, the very people I'm talking about.
No, I'm Valdosta Police Department.
The Valdosta Police Department.
Okay, I just need you for 30 seconds.
And what I want to do, I'm going to turn off the video because I want to listen to them. Now, yes, sir, what do you want?
Okay, I just want, we got a call about you out in traffic, and we didn't see you in traffic, but we just came here to ask if you were stepping out. And if you were, we're not saying you were, but if you were, please stay on the sidewalk. We're just getting calls about it. So we're coming out here just to make sure you were all okay and everything's okay, all right? Is that good?
That's perfect. Will you please tell Chief Childress that I appreciate him responding to the citizens of this community?
Yes, sir.
I think that's the best thing that can be done. I think that's what needs to be done. I wish somebody would respond to me being under a 2-year, 5-month criminal trespass and banned from Lowndes County High School without violating any law. And if that had not happened to me, I would not be standing here on public property, not in the street. And I want you to know, and I want the person that called in, that they gave you their name, tell them that they are a liar and the truth is not in them. For I am an upright, retired military veteran that served my country. Officer King.
And New.
Yes, sir. And be sure to pass this on to Chief Childress and tell him I appreciate him doing what we are paying them to do.
Feel free to do your thing. Just please try to watch traffic and all that stuff, okay?
I've been doing this since 75. Okay. Take care of yourself. Come on, my beautiful brother. Shake my hand. I ain't got nothing wrong. Y'all good people. And we got a lot of people that... Look, this is what it's on. Y'all can go ahead. Thank you very much. Okay. Appreciate you, man. I want you all to say something. Look, let me say this to you all. You know, this is what happened. You know, everybody got something to say about people when they try to do what is right. I have not violated any law. Yet somebody gonna say I'm out here in traffic. Isn't that something? Liars. They apparently are of their father, the devil. The wicked one. But all I want to say to you is that I love them. I know why they're doing what they're doing. And sooner or later, you're going to see it clearer than what you've ever seen it. Because I made sure that I understood what Deputy Thomas said to me. He said to me, if I go as far as about 50 feet and make a turn into those, I would be arrested. And that's why I'm out here on public property. This is a public sidewalk. This is the sidewalk. That's where I am. But because of these patriots here in Valdosta and the righteous people, they are going to say to me or to the city police that I'm in the street. Now look, do I look that silly? If I have gone all this time by being under a criminal trespass and I never got violent, I have never even just outrightly called Eric Holder when I say that. I never called Governor, I say that. I never call Attorney General, I never call that. And there are people who often honk at me because they know what I'm doing. But I'm not going away. And so you come on and do what you got to do because my children and grandchildren is going to take it up. Although no law enforcement office care enough about my rights or your rights to say, look, not even the newspaper. Don't you think the newspaper should be concerned about this for the simple fact that they're supposed to be concerned about reporting the news? And when I went to them, do you know that Kay Harris of the Valdosta Daily Times was not even interested in this story? I went to Channel 6, I went to Channel 10, I went to Channel 27, I went to all those stations. And do you not know that they wouldn't even say boo? Y'all better wake up. Today is the black man, but sooner or later, it's going to be about every man in the land. You understand what I'm saying? And so I love doing this because I know that in the end, we are going to show the entire world what a real democracy look like. Don't you know that when we marched in the streets in the 40s, the 50s, and 60s, that we were making America look better in the eyes of the world in terms of what the founding fathers wrote in the Constitution, the Declaration of Independence, and the Bill of Rights, that all men were created equal? You can't say you believe that, and you got millions of slaves here in the land of the free and the home of the brave. So God allowed the black man to help America save herself from herself before she destroyed herself. And so I come as a beacon of hope. I come to help America, to show the world that you should not let a man serve in the United States Armed Forces in the wars defending your nation, and then when he come back home, you tell him he's under criminal trespass without justification or notification. And then when you tell them or you say to the sheriff department, put it in writing and remove me from this so we can end this once and for all, they would not do it. And they refused to do it. Now, what they did do, and what the Lowndes County High School superintendent did do, I'm going to give them credit where credit is due. They did tell me that they didn't have nothing on me. Let me say it again. See, I want the whole truth, not the half truth. And I want somebody to run and tell that, since somebody's going to tell I'm out here in the streets interfering with traffic, you understand. But it's all about the death of KJ. As I laid out first, when I was stationed here in 1975, they never put me under a criminal trespass. It was only after the death of Kendrick Johnson that they put me under this criminal trespass. Only then. And look, I was at this as I closed. The father called me the night his son was found dead. They didn't call the NAACP, the SCLC president. They called George Boss to rap because they know I would report what others ignore. And so when they called me and I went to his house the same night, then I walked the streets with the private investigators all down Weisenbaker Lane, over on Oak Street, all down West Street. I walked with the investigators, and I haven't talked about that much because I'm waiting on the God of the universe to do his thing. And look, don't think that that's just KJ. There's so many black souls that's crying out from the swamps and the bridges of South Georgia until God gonna have to deal with that in the day of judgment. And we cannot get justice for all those black lives. It's gonna take God Almighty to render justice and fulfill Galatians 6 and 7, wherein he said it through his white European spokesperson, Apostle Paul. Galatians 6 and 7, for God is not mocked. For whatsoever a man sow, that shall he also reap. And so I'm going to continue to say to America, you will either treat us with respect, or I will assure you that God will render justice to you. You can run America. You can run Valdosta and Lowndes County. You can send people out here to try to cause disturbances for George Boston Rhymes. But this is much bigger than George Boston Rhymes. I was born into the world to die. I cannot reach my next level until all the work that he has assigned to my hand is complete. And then when my work is complete, there will be another one that come after me. He will be more intelligent than I am. He will be smarter than I am. He will be more articulate than I am. He will be better looking than I am. And it might be a woman, but they are going to continue. They're going to pick up where I leave off at, because God has ordained that heaven and earth would pass away, but my word will stand forever. And David said what God said, touch not mine anointed and do my prophets no harm. I know what I'm doing. I know the mission that I own, and I know who sent me to do what I'm doing. And so I'm not going to quit. Because this is bigger than me. It's bigger than my children. It's bigger than my grandchildren. The crust of the earth shall rise again. You can't stop that. As it is written, so shall it be done. In all things, acknowledge him. For God so loved the world that he gave. And we too must give. We must give so others can live. All law enforcement here in Valdosta and Lowndes County, all law enforcement in the state of Georgia, all law enforcement at the federal level, Eric Holder, Miss Lynch, y'all got my videos. You know that I have done nothing wrong. Yet, Sheriff Prine got me under a 2-year, 5-month criminal trespass, and I haven't done a damn thing but reported on Kendrick Johnson's death, and now Michael Moore has it. But if he don't do nothing with it, I want you to know that God got it. And when God get a grip on you, you will know that you've been gripped by the real grip of a lion's claw. And the real grip of the lion's claw, it don't let you loose. When you get into hell, you will acknowledge that I've done wrong and I refuse to repent to make right that which I made crooked. This is the Ghetto Free Press, and I'm George Boston Rhymes. Stand firm. And I'm saying that if you want to come on and accuse me of blocking the traffic, now you know why Kendrick Johnson stand up like he's standing. Now you know why Jacqueline is standing up like they're standing, because as they lied on me and put me on the criminal trespass, the same way they lied on Kendrick Johnson, and the same way they're saying what they're saying about the President of the United States of America. But in the end, truth, right, and justice will win. Once again, the Ghetto Free Press, we report what others ignore.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. So, well, no, you know me, man. I'm about, but I'll do that.
If you go in this area, you will get arrested. Okay.
Okay. What can I tell?
You need to stay right here.
Okay. They got a public meeting down here. So you're telling me I can't go to the public meeting?
I do not know anything.
I got you. But there's a public meeting.
All I'm saying is,
I'm not going.
I've been told.
I understand that, but what I'm saying is that there's a public meeting down here. So you all telling me that I cannot go to a public meeting.
And I'm glad to hear that, because you know what? Valdosta Daily Times ain't gonna report this story. You know why? Because Valdosta Daily Times are tied in. Huh? No, they're not gonna report this.
Long. So is it the whole system in together? Cause it ain't no way in the world that y'all don't see something. Is it the whole system in together? Cause it ain't no way in the world that y'all don't see something. Is it the whole system in together? Cause it ain't no way in the world that y'all don't see something. Is it the whole system in together? Cause it ain't no way in the world that y'all don't see something. Is it the whole system in together? Cause it ain't no way in the world that y'all don't see something.
I'm a minister at the First Antioch Missionary Baptist Church, and my grandchildren attend school out there. And there were some things that I was kind of concerned about, because I had asked a gentleman by the name of George Boston Ryan to come in and video my granddaughter's graduation, and he was stopped and said he wasn't allowed to come on the premises, and we was trying to find out what had he done that he couldn't come out there.
He was stopped by who?
By the sheriff department. He said that he was given orders by you guys that he wasn't allowed on the premises.
Okay. I think that may be something he'd have to take up with the sheriff's department.
Okay. So you guys, it's okay if he come out to the premises if something come up?
No, sir. What I'm saying is I believe that there was, and I don't know what they called it, some sort of order based on something that happened in the past, that I believe that there's something in place. And again, I think either he would need to discuss that with you or possibly the sheriff's department.
Oh, okay.
So I do believe there's something in place. I don't want to tell you something that's not right.
Right.
But I do believe that is accurate.
Right. Well, all right. Well, I tell you what, can you set an appointed time that I can come in and sit down with you?
Yes, sir. I would be glad to.
What about tomorrow sometime? What would be a good time?
I'm not going to be here tomorrow. Hold on just a minute. Let me turn this calendar around.
All right.
Can you see your calendar?
No, I'm not at the present time.
Okay. All right. Well, let me ask you this. Is there a particular day of the week that's better for you?
What about today? What about Friday morning?
Well, we're closed the rest of this week. That's what I was going to
Okay.
This is part of the time.
Well, what about Monday of next week?
All right. Let me open this thing up. Monday is June the 3rd.
Yes, sir.
I've got on Monday and Tuesday of next week, I'm meeting with each. We have 12 schools. I'll meet with all of our principals on Monday and Tuesday.
Okay.
I've already got all of them scheduled.
Well, I'm scheduled to go to Atlanta. I got to be in Atlanta on Wednesday and the rest of that week, so I can't make that one.
All right. Well, hold on just a minute. I'm just flipping over the next week, which is Monday the 10th.
Okay.
I've got a principals meeting that day. Hold on, we'll get us a day. Hold on just a minute. Let me turn this thing over. That Thursday morning, which is the 13th, and I know you may not know off the top of your head, but that may be a possibility we could shoot for.
Okay. Well, you busy the rest of the day?
Is that on the 13th on that Thursday?
Well, yeah, but what about today?
I've got somebody scheduled at 3 and then somebody after that.
All right, well, we just make it for that time then, and we'll see what we can do, and I'll give you a call back, or we'll get back in touch.
All right, so you want to set a time on that morning, or you want to just wait and call me back? Whatever works for you.
I'll just call you back.
Okay, all right, that'll be fine, and we'll get a time that'll work for both of us, and I'll be glad to.
All right, well, as of you know right now, there's nothing that you guys have done to say that George Lyons can't come on the school campus.
I think there is something in place through the sheriff's department.
Okay.
Yes, I do think there is, but
all right.
I prefer that he either talk to you about that or the sheriff's department. I don't want to tell you something that's not right.
Okay, all right. Well, that'll work then. All right.
Okay.
All right, well, thank you.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Is it the whole system in together? Cause it ain't no way in the world that y'all don't see something.
You know, these are the days and the times. Today is May the 25th, 2013. My granddaughter went to a graduation this morning, and we wanted George Boston Ryan to be there to do the recording. And we come to find out that he was denied access to the premises of the school. We find that very disturbing. It's very disgraceful. Here we are, free people in a free society. And here's a man, because he's standing up for justice here in this city, he's getting discriminated against. He's being retaliated against because of no legitimate reason. And the school board have no right to do what they have done. This is a disgrace. And they should be ashamed of themselves for what they have done. This man haven't violated no laws, but yet his rights was violated this morning. And we are sick and tired of it. We need some justice here. And we are crying out to everyone that's in the Justice Department to come down and really take a look at this when the citizens, this is Jim Crow at its best. These are the old laws that they used to work under, and they're still doing it here in Lowndes County. That's all I want. This is all that I want to have to say about this issue and this matter, because it's very, very, very disturbing when we always seem to be victimized, and nobody don't want to discuss it, nobody don't want to talk about it, but because he's standing up for some people and trying to help them to come about some justice of equilibrium here in this city, he haven't violated no one's laws. He didn't walk on the grass and kill the grass. He didn't go and run into nobody's car. He haven't excited a riot of anything. This man was just simply denied because they have seen him produce these videos and this kind of thing. He's being retaliated against because he went to Atlanta to sit down with the Justice Department, and this is a form of retaliation. And I stand on his behalf to say this, that we asked him to come out to film our granddaughter this morning at a graduation. And it meant something for us to get this here on film for our family, okay? Because we got architects, engineers, and psychologists from our family. And we needed these moments captured. And they denied not only him, but us as well. I close this out by saying it's a sad day here. It's a sad day here in Lowndes County. Very, very, very disturbing. And something needs to be done. Thank you so much.
Once again, this is John Robinson. This is kvci.blogspot.com. He asked me to cut this clip once I told him what had happened to me and the history that is developing around this unique person, George Boston Ryan. Thank you, Dr. Robinson, for telling the truth.
Oh, it's facts.
All citizens that have not broken any laws should be permitted to attend public meetings in the state of Georgia. And I was denied that right today for whatever reason. I was denied the right. I'm George Boston Ryan, and the question remains, why was I not permitted to go to, how you doing, my beautiful brother? Thank you, how you doing? Why was I not permitted to go to this graduation in Lowndes County High School as all these other citizens of Lowndes County, Valdosta, and in the United States of America? Why was George Boston Ryan denied the right to attend this graduation ceremony? Lowndes County High School graduation. The school wherein my children graduated from. This is what happened earlier today, and I was denied the right as a sheriff deputy told me that I could not go on the property. And we can only ask, why?
Stay right here. Okay, they got a public meeting down here, so you're telling me I can't go to the public meeting?
I do not know anything.
I got you, but there's a public meeting.
All I'm saying is,
I'm not going.
I understand that, but what I'm saying is that there's a public meeting down here, so you all telling me that I cannot go to a public meeting, and I haven't violated no law.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna do like you say, but
you have a criminal trespass warning for the area of Lowndes High School.
Okay.
Okay. Everybody, all of us do. I do.
As far as I know, it's just.
Is that right?
As far as I know.
Okay, I don't want to hold up traffic. So what do you want me to do? What do you want me to do, bro?
Go back out there.
Okay, man, it's going to be interesting in court. I have just been told that I have a criminal trespass warrant against me to stay off of Lowndes County school property, and I did not know that. My question is, who else have been issued a trespass warrant? I did not even know that I had been given a trespass warrant. This is getting very, very interesting at this time. This is George Boss Rhymes. This is Saturday morning. I was attempting to go into the Lowndes County Board of Education meeting, which should be a public meeting. I have never caused any disturbance whatsoever. And it is what it is.
Yes, it is what it is. And now we will actually review the footage concerning the Lowndes County High School graduation, the death of Kendrick Johnson, their supporters, and the rest of the story concerning me being issued a trespass warning. I repeat, a trespass warning that I never signed, that I was never informed about, which means I could have gone to this meeting, or I could have gone into the Board of Education meeting to take care of business on behalf of a citizen, and I could have been arrested, and I would not have known, because apparently this is the way the laws are carried out here in the state of Georgia, the Peach State. And so it is what it is. Once again, as these people depart from this public meeting, the graduation, beyond any question, I was denied the right, as all these citizens right here, they hadn't violated any law, and I haven't violated any law, yet I was kept out of this public graduation in the state of Georgia. This is something that the whole world, in my opinion, needs to know about. It's all about, how y'all doing? It's all about free movement under our form of government. Well, it is what it is. You know, this is what happens in many southern towns, and perhaps other cities across the United States of America. All I have ever done was go by the laws of the Georgia Attorney General, which was open government, wherein the people have a voice in their government. And I have done that. And apparently, somebody don't appreciate the founding fathers of this great republic. And now, the rest of the story.
Nah, that ain't, that's already, but yeah, that's
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Lowndes County, showing up good.
Part 2. We must remember that this bogus criminal trespass was only issued following the death of a 17-year-old student, Kendrick Johnson. Prior to his death, I had not been put under a criminal trespass. and you, the people, have a right to know this. But no news media in the state of Georgia, no news media, have reported one word about this bogus criminal trespass. You see, this is what they do. Because the local news media are owned, operated, and held in check or no check by an all-white power structure. And it is indeed a disgrace, and somebody must tell the truth, or we will be forever at the will of Satan and Beelzebub themselves. We cannot, we must not bow down to the people who cares nothing, I mean nothing, about the law, as Jacqueline and Kenneth has said concerning the death of their child that was found dead January 11th, 2013, here at Lowndes County High School, under the leadership of the Honorable Superintendent Wes Taylor. Wes Taylor. I wrote the Honorable Wes Taylor. I wrote former Sheriff Prine. I visited probate court, superior court, magistrate court, federal court, the state of Georgia Department of Justice, and President Barack Obama's office under Eric Holder. And these strong Southerners here in Valdosta who would not even fly a Georgia flag over Valdosta City Hall, Valdosta City Annex, Lowndes County Museum, the local regional library, the U.S. Post Office, and many other facilities that I've noticed many other small cities as well as metro cities fly and respect the members of our armed forces, including the National Guard, by flying the Georgia state flag with the United States flag. And so we must commend the Lowndes County all-white male school board of education for flying the United States flag and the Georgia flag to show respect to our children now stationed at Moody Air Force Base, Fort Benning, Camp Lejeune, all the military bases in the state of Georgia. When you fly the flag, you represent members of our armed forces. You show the world how you respect the young people who put their life on the line to serve this nation. And when our elected officials on the Lowndes County Board of Commissioners board, when they sit, say, and do nothing to get that flag flying over the Southern Judicial Courthouse, the Southern Circuit of the Judicial Courthouse here in Valdosta and Lowndes County in the state of Georgia, when they sit, say, and do nothing, it is a disgrace. And as a veteran of over 20 years, I will not do like the base commanders at Moody Air Force Base and other squadron commanders who see this and don't say anything. I will not be as the judges that sit in the courtroom in Lowndes County and see there is no Georgia flag to honor the persons that carry the M16 and are willing to die for this country, but they will not fly the Georgia flag on many government buildings. And I believe it is a disgrace to our children, a total disgrace. And so, with all the active duty personnel at Moody, all the deceased people that died for this country, whose parents are still living, to all the retired military veterans here in Valdosta and Lowndes County who don't say nothing about Valdosta and Lowndes County governments not flying a flag to represent our veterans. I have a right to speak the truth on behalf of the people that I love. And that's my comrades in arms that are willing, as I was, to put their lives on the line to protect our rights. Even though Lowndes County High School Superintendent Wes Taylor and the Sheriff Department have yet to remove me in writing for this disgraceful, bogus, unjustified, and I guess racist, and I do mean racist, act of taking away freedom of movement from an ordinary citizen. And as I close, I want to say this. I am not the only one. I have other people who are under bogus criminal trespasses at Lowndes County High School. And I have some of them names. Some of them filed charges. Yeah. And so we're just waiting for the day. We're waiting for the right time when the God of our salvation will say to Valdosta, you don't deserve a good name in football. You do not deserve a good name in basketball. You did not earn it because you could care less about the laws and the freedoms of the American people. May God bless you. May heaven smile upon you. Today is April the 28th. And believe me, I talk like this because I love those children over there at Lowndes County High School. And I know that if they can get away with mistreating me and mistreating the workers in the lunchroom, oh man. CNN, MSNBC, 60 Minutes, 48 Hours, Dateline, and your line. Why don't you call some of the people off the record that work in the lunchroom here at Lowndes County High School and let them tell you what they have told some of us? You wouldn't believe it. You wouldn't believe it. Now, Victor Blackwell from CNN, he knows about my criminal trespass. The Justice Department in Atlanta, Georgia, was made aware years ago. But see, God is in control of what they have done to me. And that's why I'm chilling. I'm just sitting back chilling. Because I do know that Galatians 6 and 7 is right. For God is not mocked. For whatsoever the wicked sow, they're going to reap it. And he went further to say, even though they won't put it in writing. Now, they've already put it in writing that they don't have nothing on me. I requested that from the Sheriff Department, and I requested from this school institution here. And I got it, and I published it on YouTube because I want you to know the truth. Yes, they said they don't have nothing in their records along the lines of writing, of audio tapes, videos, or anything else. So I responded to them, my fellow American people, and said, good, great. Now, send me a letter in writing and say that you remove me from this lying, racist, bogus, ugly criminal trespass so we can move on. And that the wicked refuse to do. The wicked, the satanic folks, those who apparently worship the devil, because I couldn't do it to them. No. I could not lie and mistreat my fellow American citizen like that and don't even try to straighten out what they have made crooked. I'm gonna leave you now. People laugh at me and they say, Rhymes, why don't you let it go, man? For me to let this go means I'm letting your children go. Means I'm letting your daddy, mama, sister, brother, neighbor down the street go. Because the same thing will happen to them while they tell your children and even you to go to hell. We don't give a damn about you. But I'm one black man that served this country. And I'm one black man that love you so much that I'm willing to tell somebody I want to be like the best of human beings. And that is to love your neighbor as you love yourself. I don't want my children to go through this. I don't want my child or grandchild or great-grandchild. I don't even want my enemy child to be riding and somebody tell them you under criminal trespass and they violated no law